Hello everyone, this is Jessica. Welcome to my channel. How are you guys doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today is Sunday and you're like, Jessica, what are you doing? I'm like, I am reviewing these three babies. The Ambient Lighting Hourglass 2025 Holiday Palettes. I have all three of them here in my hands, and my grubby little hands also got the horse, but that won't be here on time. And so that we can see, do you need them? Are they worth it? Which one would you do best with? I know 20% sales coming up, so you can always get sales. Hourglass also does sales, so you know which one you would like. So stay tuned. But before you go, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And let's go on to the video. You're gonna see me take my face off a couple of times. My face didn't appreciate it. Hope you guys do. I'll see you guys there. Today I have these beauties and I wanted to use one. So what I'm going to do, because I know perfectly well that they're going to, I bought them all, and thankfully with my skin tone, I think I can make them all work with me. So I'm going to start using one at a time. Go with Fox first, and let's start. Okay, so starting with Fox, yesterday I started to play around because I knew that I did get them, and I got them like late night. So I already have my foundation today, which I used the hydrating skin tint from Hourglass. This is what I'm going to be using with all of them. And then as a concealer, I do have the Hourglass concealer underneath, and I powdered with the little Hourglass translucent powder. Now, to start, here we have, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, these are all new except for this one, except for that blush, which the blush is as a highlight. Let me see here. So we have number 1 is a highlight, Solar Glow. Number 2 is a blush, and it's Lucid Glow. Number 3 is a finishing powder, and that Desert Light. Number 4 is a blush, and this is Canyon Heat. Number 5 is a blush, and this is Amethyst Haze. And number 6 is a bronzer, and it's Bronze Fusion. And I'm not sure which one it is, but I'm going to insert, I'm going to insert the picture of which are new. If I'm not mistaken, I think it might be this one that's not new. I'm not too sure. Here we have the Fox. And here we have it swatched. So I'm going to use the bronzer. I use it on my brush. Okay, the fact that it is working on me, not cool, because it's meant for deeper skin tones. I usually don't have my earrings on. I don't know why I put them on already. Oh well. So, and I think that you can build it up. It's a little bit on the reddish tone, but it's my skin tone. You guys are seeing that. I guess Hourglass. So for cheeks, I think the blush is the one that's the new one, number 2. So hopefully I don't make a bad decision. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this blush on one cheek and this one on the other. And then I'm going to, I don't know, put that blush as my eye. The finishing powders, well, actually I'm not going to say anything because the rate we're going. Okay, so let's use this middle one, which is the Amethyst Haze. Okay. It's a little on my face, which is good. I'm glad. And I have another brush. We're gonna have another brush, and we're gonna go Canyon Heat. This one. This is one my sister got me, and I've tried to clean it, but it's crooked. Let's see. Works very well. Okay. Now the finishing, well, let me do my, I'm gonna highlight with my second. This is the highlight. This is the highlight. That's what it looks like, a highlight to me. Okay, it's a little bit cold for me, but I can make it work. Let's see. Should I try to use the finishing powder? No, it's gonna. Should I? Okay, let me try to use it down here. Yeah, it gives me color. I saw that. It gave me some color. So what I've done before, I've actually used this finishing powder as additional bronzer on my darker ones. So then I usually I'll get the finishing powder. Into that blush that I'm thinking and hoping is the brought back, the only one that's so if you guys can see, I've used the Fox palette, which this year it actually holds. I know the years before it hasn't. I use a let's see if I can, Fox palette. I think I accidentally put on pH adjusting lip gloss, lip oil. I don't like it. But the bronzer, and they're buildable. You can tell they're buildable. But I've used all of them, and I'm able to use them. Do I have to be a little bit lighter hand with them because they're a little bit darker for me? And as you can tell, the bottom part, I can definitely not use the finishing powder. It would have to be like a bronzer color. And I did use that blush that came back also in my as an eyeshadow. So far, Fox palette. On to the next one. Okay, we're back. I'm gonna do a full face. I'm telling you, by the end of this, my face is gonna be sorry. This now we have the Swan, and out of the Swan, I'm gonna tell you guys before I forget, the ones that these are all new. The ones that are not new is the finishing powder and the bronzer. So let me start. We have the finishing powder right here, which is Dim Light, which is being used before. Then we have the highlighter, which is Golden Hour. We have the bronzer, Natural Bronze. And then we have a blush, which they're new, Luminous Coral. Another blush, which is Sunset Blush. And then another blush, which is Mauve Fusion. Look at that colors. So I'm going to use a little bit of these two. This is probably the one that would be like for my skin tone. Here we have Swan. And here we have Swan swatched. You can barely see the finishing powder way at the bottom. And I'm going into the bronzer, which we have I don't know why I keep going. I forget that it has a very nice mirror right there. And I'm trying. The only thing that gets me sometimes is making sure that I don't reach like the blushes. But that's why I like this brush. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of a finish powder. Okay. Now I only have, 2 cheeks, so I have 3 blushes. My goodness. So I think I'm gonna be using this one and the coral, like the 2 bright ones, and then I'm gonna do this one on my eyes, just because I did the kind of what I did with the other one. Ooh. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh wow. And I'm pretty sure, can I build it up? Yeah, you can. You see? I'm doing a 3rd attempt. I would have stopped after the first one. You guys see? I'm gonna use this one to go with this. Oh yeah, it's the application is, but this is that mauve one with like a lot of coats on it. Try to see if I can tone this down a little with that finishing powder. They're very pretty. I like them. And I want you guys to see how the, I don't know, I'm gonna do on one eye with a bronzer. So you guys can see, it can go a little bit. So I have just a little base. Get that extra blush. See, oh, it's a really pretty color. Like beautiful, like summer, and it has a little bit of a shimmer. So for me, I love it. But I know some people don't like shimmery blushes. They want like the highlighter to be the one to give them that. Yeah, it definitely has a shimmer, a sheen. I don't know if you can tell. And I totally forgot that I didn't put a highlighter on. So this is a new highlighter, and it is called Golden Hour. And I know some people put it with like the little fanning brush. You can tell, you can see it right there. You see, it's definitely a little, I brought it down. Too much, Jess. So, you can see it right there. And this is the Swan palette, which I think the Deer might be a little light for me. We're gonna find out. I will be right back. We are back, and I'm glad in my face. We're back with the Deer. And this one, the 3 new shades is this finishing powder, Marbles finishing powder, and these 2 blushes. So starting off right here, we have the finishing powder, Dream Light, which is already available, or has been available. This is a brand new blush, finishing powder, I'm sorry, Aura Light. Then we have the bronzer, Diffuse Bronze Light, which we have, I think it's a permanent shade. Then down here we have the highlighter, Iridescent Strobe Light, which is a permanent on the shade. And these 2 blushes are new, and it is Radiant Peach and Vibrant Pink. Wow. Okay, so here is Deer, and these are Deer swatched on my arm. Very light. The bronzer, it's an old, not an old one, but it's been not, it's not new to the palette. But this bronzer is going to be very lit for me. Yeah, it's very light. I'm getting the little bit of colors I'm getting is from like the marble portion. And I am getting some. Hold on, maybe it's taking time. But this is definitely one that I would go through fast, because how many times have I ever had to? Am I bronzed? Okay, the thing that says bronze is this thing's gonna take me. Definitely, it's very light, but it's still, I'm still able to use it. And then these 2 are both finishing powders. Just both together. I mean, there's no, see, like, even out. I mean, the finishing powders are good. No issues with the finishing powders. Bronzer, maybe I need a more detailed one. Let me see. I think because it's marbled, the marbled are a little bit more like, they're less, the pigment is less. You definitely aren't getting pigment. I can see it on my big forehead, but it's much, It's less, but it's fine. So then we're gonna do 1 and 1, right? I see in the blush, since it's a solid, you can see it really quickly. So the only one that's been like a little dud for me, well, from my skin tone, is that a bronzer. If the bronzer was a little bit darker, this palette would be perfect, but you know. Look at that, so pretty. We're going to do the pink one, right? But that coral was so pretty. Okay, this pink one. Oh, okay. It's a little bit like bubblegummy, but not like crazy. You know, like the, I think, what is it, the NYX blushes, man, those were intense. This is a little bit more coral. This is supposed to be more pink. Are you guys able to tell the difference? I don't know. Which one did I use for this one? What did I use for this one? They're just so pretty. And then yeah, and then this highlight, which is one that I have, and I go crazy with him, so it's okay. A little bit more toned down from the other ones. I'm gonna use this bronzer as my base, but I have I do have to do a little filming today. Let me see. You see, it's there, but it's very light. You can see it like against my skin tone, and I'm over here like digging into. So like for my friend, this, you know, I'll check, because I mean, she's even has more color, but she's way lighter complected. Like, she's white, so her skin is, but even she has, like, you know, a natural tan, and I'll ask her once she uses it if it's too light for her. Last year's, I do have the light version and the medium version. I didn't get the deep version. So last year I felt that the medium version was like a deeper than this year's. This year's, I feel like the medium is like last year's light. Point is, last year the one that I kept using was the light. Yeah, this year's medium is last year's light in comparison. And this year there is actually one that has for lighter complected. If you guys are understanding. A little finishing powder. I mean, they're gonna go to use, that's for sure. I love these things. And I did get the horse palette, and it will be here on Monday, right? Today it's Sunday. I will upload this Monday. So then, I mean, because I think all of the ones in the horse palette are previously, none of them are new. My sister, I went into her closet. I love to kind of finishing my makeup. I went into her closet and I kind of stole some stuff. I didn't steal from stuff. She's aware. Because in her closet, I would never find anything. So she handed me, because I'm like, hey, I don't have anything like for Hourglass for like eyebrows. And she's like, yeah, they do. And I have some. And I'm like, what can I borrow? So I'm going to be borrowing her So she has this tiny Hourglass Arch Soft Brunette Brow Micro Pencil, and then this Hourglass Brow Volume Fiber Gel. So that I can actually have a full face. And I was like, you're amazing, sister. I gave her hers yesterday, and she looked at it and she's like, ooh, I mean, it's gorgeous. But I also got her the horse, which I know that she's going to love. So we're doing this glitter eyeshadow just on top. Going into the bronzer of the deep, just to deepen up the little outer corner. Let me add this. Did I grab that mauve deep? Oh, yeah, I did. Gonna use this little micro pencil. I'm going to use my purple because I don't have any Hourglass eyeliner. I don't even know if I have any. I'm gonna do real quick on my lips. I should put something. Oh, what's up? Huh. So then let me just put my mascara, and this is the Hourglass mascara. Okay, y'all, this is my completed look. So, last minute thoughts. What do I think about them? Are they worth $94? That is very much so you dependent. But let me tell you, if you have a similar skin tone, for me, for this year, last year was a completely different story that I would have said different thoughts on it. But this year, right now, we have the Deer as being the lightest shades. And they are lightest shades. We have these three being the new ones, new releases, right? All of the other ones we've seen before, the other three. This one, I can make it work. So if you're, like, as you can see, this is what I'm wearing right now. I can make it work. It will work fine. But you're gonna finish this product quickly. I would suggest, if you're my skin tone, unless you're very porcelain, very light complected, this is probably not for the people that would normally have gone for this one last year. Last year, my first thought would have gone to go for the Deer because I would have assumed that it was the same as last year. But I'm telling you, this one is for the light complexion. So those porcelain, you know, snow girls, this is you. I can still make it work. I love these two blushes. They look intimidating, but they're beautiful. But this one is the one that I have on. So like I said, it will work on you, but you're gonna be working on it. Like this bronzer, because it's marbled, I'm not getting a lot of, like, the pigment is there, you can see it. But I know that I'll finish it quickly. I don't think it'll last me the whole year because I had to go in there so many times. Goodbye if you're light to light fair, light. And if you want to try and you're in the, you know, the very light mediums, you, and especially like for these blushes. But in all honesty, I thought this was gonna be like the one for everybody. I think I was wrong. Now the one that I didn't realize, Miss Swan right here. Okay, Swan came in here, and the only ones that are like not new, are the finishing powder and the bronzer, which for me, this bronzer would be the best bronzer for me. And this finishing powder, I think it's a little bit darker, but I can still make it work. Like for me, if they don't work as a finishing powder for me, they work as a bronzer. And on the Deer, like I'm in between them two, but I can make this one work a little bit more. These blushes, the highlighter here is a little bit goldish, but I like me to have I like to be sparkling and golden. This is very like demure. Okay, put this gold on me and I'm perfectly happy. These three blushes are beautiful. This one looks so intimidating, but because it's marbled, it doesn't come out that way. So this is very pretty. And then this one does have some shimmers in it. I will be inserting, I hopefully would have inserted already, the swatches of them on my forearm. I'm gonna try to do it on my forearm. And this I think it's the most, my skin tone, this would be probably the most accurate one to have, the more universal, because you get a little shades. You have only the bronzer and the finishing powder that are not new released, and everything else you're getting new. So it's good, and you decide if it's something that you want. Now Fox, I didn't get Lotus. If I'm not mistaken, Lotus was last year's deepest. I didn't get Lotus because it was deep. At the time, I didn't have a YouTube channel. I wasn't, it wasn't even in my cards. It wasn't something that I was gravitating for. So I did only get the first two. But this year, I did get it. And I am surprised because the only repeating shade is this blush, which is Lucid Glow. Sorry, my bad. So Lucid Glow here are the only, is a blush. And it's the only repeating. Everything else is new. Okay, so we have here the highlighter is new, this blush returning, this finishing powder, this bronzer, blush. Okay, so everything except this one. they're pretty much, this one has a lot of the Fox has more of, has 5 out of the 6 that are brand new. And they're beautiful. I was able to make it work to me. To me, this one would not have any finishing powders. They would all be bronzers. I would have to use it as bronzers. And even the highlighter, it's a little bit more deep. But to me, I can always use it as an eyeshadow. I like me some shine. So the fact that I can very easily make it work, I'm like, where are the deep girlies? You know what I mean? Where's their palette? Like, it feels like there should have been something instead of the horse palette, which I know that it's Sephora exclusive. Instead of it being returning like the favorites, right? They could have done one with like deep tones, which, don't get me wrong, this has deep tones, but I'm like, I'm still able to make it work. Lighter hand though, but so this one here it is. I love the Hourglass. I have all three, and then the horse, right? But the horse is just because I love some of the things in there. I've hit pan on and I don't have it anywhere except the horse. So I like them. If you are my tone, I think the one that would probably be the best bet is the Swan. You're gonna be able to have, you have new blushes, you have a highlighter that probably gonna match pretty well, finishing powder and bronzer. I think the Deer is gonna be, you're gonna go through it quickly. It still works, don't get me wrong. These finishing powders, the two finishing powders, they still worked fine. I have it on right now. I think the only one, if we would substitute that bronzer for something that wasn't maybe marbled, I would have been a little bit happier with it, but here it is. I love them. I really do enjoy them. And which is my favorite? I think my favorite is the Swan. I think that's why I've been giving it more accolades, because I was very surprised by the blushes. I thought that this blush, I wasn't going to enjoy it all. I thought that it was going to be too deep, same as these two, but they're able to be built graciously. And I am pleasantly surprised that with the Fox, this blush, it looks a lot like the other one, but this one has a little bit darker tone. I have to be more light-handed with the Fox, but it still works perfectly fine. I'm not disappointed in Deer. I'm disappointed in Deer's bronzer. Everything else works beautifully on my skin tone. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh my God, I can't make it work. I can't, absolutely. There's two finishing powders. Why do we need two? nor here nor there. But I do have these two finishing powders on. I'm glad that at least they're together and that they're not like opposite of each other, because I can just go with my bigger brush and just do it all over my face. And these two blushes are really nice. I have, I think, the coral one over here and the pinky one over here, but they look beautiful. I mean, it does. This highlight, it looks really soft. We've had it before. The only one that kind of disappoints me, because in a way it looks almost like a finishing powder, is the bronzer. If the bronzer would have been a little bit more solid, as I've stated 1,000 times already, I think this one would have been a really nice one too. But for right now, just realistically, 1, 2, for me, 3, because I have to be way careful with this one, which is a good thing. Then 2, because I have to be harder on this one. Like I have to do a light hand with that one and a hard hand with this one. And then this one is the one that just works. I feel almost like Goldilocks, like it's too soft, too light, too hard, too deep. And this one's the one that I think will preferable for my skin complexion. But I do have on right now Deer, and I do love these pictures on them. They do get us with the little animals. I love all 4 of them. Even the horse is beautiful. But this is what I have on. And then the rest of my face, I have everything from Hourglass, and I'm going to attach below, link it, my makeup of the day, which I will go into detail exactly what I'm wearing on. But I hope you enjoyed my quick review of the 3 new holiday 2025 Hourglass Ambient Light Edit, right? Which is the deer, the swan, and the fox. And make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.